I have 3 children. My oldest is 7. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old as well. My 7-year-old, for the past couple of years, actually, he was asking to stay home alone. Just when I went out in the neighborhood to pick up the laundry or go to the library really quickly. And for a while, I kind of resisted. It seemed like he was too young, but this past summer, I realized that he's probably old enough to take on that responsibility.
Do you think why do you think he wants to be left? I mean, my children would want to be left home alone so that they can have unfettered access to the television and the iPad. But is there a benefit to, do you think, to leaving him at home on his own?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it shows him that I trust him not to do the things that I've asked him not to do when I'm out. I mean, we have some rules: no screen time, and you know, he can stay in his room and read his books, which is what he likes to do, or he can play with toys. If I'm going to be gone for more than half an hour, then I leave him a snack or something that he can have. But it really has been interesting to see him kind of rise to the occasion and to show me that he is capable. Like, he wants me to know that he can be trusted.
Okay.
And
stay with
so
us, Lizzie.
really
I want to introduce our viewers to another Liz. Liz Fraser is with us right now. Your children are 16, 14 and 11. Do you take the point that this could build confidence in a child of 7?
Oh, I do very much take that point, yeah. I mean, I'm actually listening to that slightly aghast, really, because I'm a very low-key sort of parent. I'm very relaxed about leaving my children on their own, but that's one step. You know, the story we've just heard, that it is more than I think a lot of people would do. It's a very young child to be left on their own for that amount of time. The problem with this discussion, though, always, is that the very first word you have to use is "it depends." Yes. Right? It depends on so many factors. You can't pick a number and say, below this number, you should never leave your child on their own. The next question is, of course, for how long? For 5 minutes, 10 minutes, is that OK? Well, and where are you going? Down the road or out to a nightclub? You know, these are all different.
And we have this individual who's fallen foul of this because, of course, they get a caution for neglect for leaving a 6-year-old on their own, just a year's difference to Lizzie's son, who's 7 years old. At what age were your children when you first left them on their own?
Oh, gosh, I'd probably around about the 7, 8, something like that. But again, I live about 400 metres from a co-op, you know, or from a local shop, so I'd pop out to get a pint of milk, come back. I think that's absolutely fine, and most people I know think that's fine. I would not go and take a driving test and leave a child at home, but you know, I just wouldn't. That for me, that's not OK.
Let's just go back to Lizzie in New York. I mean, Lizzie, I know it's worked fine for you so far, but I mean, how do you respond to the point, and many people would make, that even by leaving your 7-year-old for a few minutes, you're exposing that child to possible danger?
Well, I think that every aspect of life there's possible danger. I mean, you have to weigh the risks with the benefits, and I have felt that our home is a very safe place for my child to be. He's comfortable there. I'm not going to leave him at the mall or, you know, in a park by himself just yet. But I think our home is a very safe place for him.
What's the longest you'd leave him?
Well, the longest I have left him is about 45 minutes. And he was, you know, when I came in the door, he was like, that seemed like, you know, about as long as you should leave me. So that felt like a good balance.
Just one point here, Liz, from Hayley, who I mentioned in the programme a little bit earlier. She says, I've left my daughter home alone since she was 9 or 10 while I've been at work as a single parent with no childcare options. I had no choice. And that's the plight of many people, isn't it?
That is,
right or wrong.
Exactly, and that's such an important point to make here. You know, if we legislate, if we put down an absolute number and say below this, you know, you are now criminalised for doing this, you are going to have thousands and thousands of parents arrested for something which was absolutely fine. And the point there about risk is absolutely right that Lizzie makes there. There's risk everywhere. Things are going to happen, and it really is for us to be able to judge that risk, and each child is different. One 8-year-old is extremely responsible. Another 8-year-old couldn't be left for 5 minutes without, you know, burning the house down.
We should make the point that legally, although there's no firm age at which you shouldn't leave your child, the law does say if you actually expose them to danger, and who knows what that danger, how it might be interpreted, then you could be prosecuted.
Yeah, and an MP's calling for clarification from the government on this, just to help all of us know what the best thing to do is.